question, what did you do in those years immediately after your enlightenment? It is a difficult question. The first thing was that a great silence, almost unbreakable, followed the experience, as if the mind had stopped functioning. There was nothing to do about it, except to watch. It was difficult for my family, my friends. Obviously, they thought I had gone mad. My family has always been worried about me, concerned that I'm not following the well-trodden path. And I am moving into dangerous experiments. The danger of going mad was easily conceivable, and when I stopped speaking, it would be better to say that the speaking stopped itself. I was not a partner to it. People would ask questions, and I would not even be able to give answers to simple things. For almost 2 years, inside it was a tremendous rejoicing. Outside it became a trouble. The people who thought they were trying to help me were really a nuisance. I should have been left alone to myself. But they were worried that I may go deeper into this madness. They could also feel that I am not miserable, that I am immensely happy. But mad people ordinarily are happy, are rarely miserable, so that was not against their idea of madness. On the contrary, it was supportive of the idea that something should be done to me. They were bringing people thought to be wise, and I was really amazed that these people were not even in the category of the common sense people. They were full of the garbage of the scriptures. Just one man, a man who was not known to be a wise man, met me in those days, and he was the only sane man in those 2 years of my silence. He was a strange beggar, strange because he was respected by many people, but he was a beggar. His only possession was simply a small mug. Because of that mug, he was called Maga Baba. People would drop money or food or anything into his mug, and he would not prevent others who wanted to take money from his mug or things that others had dropped into it. He would be as willing to those who wanted to take money out of it. One of my uncles thought that perhaps this man could be of some help. He was silent, or sometimes he would speak gibberish. You could not understand what he was saying. Nobody could even figure out what language it was. It was no language. He was just like small children when they start speaking for the first time. They go on saying anything, repeating anything. But the man had some magnetic quality. During the rains, he used to lie down at night under the awning just in front of his shop. I had seen him a few times, and he had smiled whenever I had seen him. He was not far away from my place. His smile was of great understanding. And when my uncle thought that it would be good to bring Maga Baba and see what he does to him, Maga Baba was brought. His bringing was also a special kind. You could not invite him because he was not on talking terms with anybody. He would not say yes or no. You simply had to bring a rickshaw and catch hold of him. He would not refuse. At least 3 times he was stolen, because his followers in other villages simply took him away. They would sit him in a rickshaw, and he was willing. He was not resistant or anything. He enjoyed the ride, and he went there. But then hundreds of his followers here missed him. So my uncle went with a few of his friends and put Maga Baba in a rickshaw and brought him home. He came close to me and whispered in my ear, "This is it. And don't be worried about these people. They are all mad." Perhaps this was the first time he had spoken to anybody without any gibberish. Everybody gathered around. It was a trouble for them to figure it out, because Maga Baba would not say what he had whispered, and I was not going to say what he had whispered. But one thing they felt, that Maga Baba was very happy with me. He hugged me and left. That helped my family and friends. There may be something we are not understanding, but others thought that both are mad. He is an old madman, famous. Now he has got another one also. But still, it was a great solace that there was one man who was able to understand me, and because of his understanding me, I started slowly to speak, because perhaps there may be a few more people who can be helped. Maybe they are just on the verge. But as I began speaking, it came in the same way as silence had come, just as if the whole ocean of silence, and when I started speaking the same, was the case with speaking. Suddenly the mind started functioning and I was speaking continuously. People started coming to me, asking my advice. People started coming to me to lecture in their congregation, in some conference, in some other city. I was discoursing sometimes 5 times a day, almost the whole day, in different conferences and different meetings, colleges, universities, and my silence was untouched. For many years I traveled alone all over India, talking to all kinds of people. And slowly, trouble started arising. Politicians started becoming afraid. They cannot tolerate anybody who has power over millions of people. It was difficult for politicians to collect a few people, to listen to them. And I was speaking before 100,000 people, or 200,000 people. This became a great problem for them, that if this man turns towards politics, he can prove a great danger. They started disturbing my meetings. They started creating chaos in the meetings, blocking the road so I could not reach to the place in time, even trying to prevent me from stopping at a station. They would collect their people, and they wouldn't let me step down from the train to the platform. This was the terminus. The train could not go ahead, but they were insisting that I should be taken back, that I cannot stop here in their city. When it became almost impossible, I dropped traveling. I had already enough people, so I started a new phase. Meditation camps in hill stations or in faraway Kashmir for those who wanted to be with me for 21 days or 7 days. Small camps, big camps. For a while, it went well because I was not entering the cities. But politicians cannot sit silently. They were living so much in the fear of being thrown out of their power positions that they started creating trouble for the meditation camps. Hotels were reserved, but when we arrived, the government had canceled the reservation. Now the hotel manager would say, "We cannot do anything. It is from higher up. The government wants to have a special conference for these 7 days, so we cannot give it to you." And there was no conference. The hotel remained empty just so that we could not have the camp. When even to have a camp became impossible, that was the time I moved to Pune, just to remain there. Now, anybody who wants to come should come here, because they had made it almost impossible for me to move. In Pune, thousands of people came, and not only from India, because now I was staying in one place, but from all over the world. This became even more troublesome to them. I was not even going out of my house. In those 7 years in Pune, I had gone only twice out of the house. Once to see my father when he was dying, and once when Vimal Kirti was dying. Otherwise, I was just remaining in the house because now they were so desperate that they wanted to kill me. Now it was not only a question of preventing me, now people were coming to me. I was not going anywhere, so they could not prevent me. And in front of 10,000 sannyasins, they tried to kill me by throwing a knife. It was something unprecedented, because attempts to kill somebody are not made so publicly. 10,000 eyewitnesses. The knife was there, and 20 highly posted police officers were there because they had got an anonymous phone call in the morning. Some people are trying to kill Osho this morning in the discourse. They rushed to the ashram, they informed us, and they were sitting there. In front of those 20 police officers and 10,000 people, the man threw the knife. He missed. But the court, it was a police case. We did not put a case, there was no need. The police were present, and not one policeman, 20 police officers, 10,000 witnesses, were ready to go to the court to testify. The knife was there. The man was caught red-handed, but the court released him, saying, "There has been no attempt at assassination. The magistrate must have felt guilty." He said to a doctor who was coming to listen to me. They were friends. Through that doctor, he sent a message to me. "Tell Osho to forgive me. The pressure from the central government was so much. I am a poor man. I cannot stand such pressure. I am just going to be promoted." And they threatened me that my promotion will be dropped and I will be transferred to some far-removed area, that my whole life I will not be able to get any promotion. I knew, because everything was clear. There was no question of doubt in it. And it was a police case. Now, 20 police officers are not going to tell a lie for no reason. But I had to release him. Otherwise, you know these people. They can even kill me. So that man was released. And as I have been moving around, the dangers have been becoming larger and larger every day. First, it was one government, one country, then another government, and now it is the whole world. It has been a strange experience of how uncivilized humanity is, and how far away is the possibility of its ever being cultured. Because anybody who tries to raise humanity's consciousness to a higher level becomes its enemy. Every friend becomes its enemy, and every enemy who is keeping it enslaved is thought to be its protector. They are its saints. They are its leaders. Perhaps no man has gone through so much as I have gone through, because everybody before me was localized. Jesus was crucified in a small, faraway corner of the world, in Judea, just a small colony of the Roman Empire. Socrates was killed in Athens, a city-state, not even a country. He never went out of Athens. So those people never came in contact with the whole humanity the way I have come in contact with it, and they never saw the ugly faces, because all these people who have power are tremendously articulate, skillful in hiding their reality. They are perfect hypocrites. My whole life's experience will be helpful to anybody who wants to awaken people. They cannot crucify me because I have not committed any crime. Neither have I been fighting against one religion, nor against one country. My fight has been universal. It is not against any religion in particular, or any political ideology in particular. It is a fight against the barbarous in every human being. So they are a little bit in difficulty to pinpoint how to destroy me. They will not be able to. In fact, all their efforts will expose them more and more, and their efforts have also been helpful in another way. It has helped me to see amongst my own people who are really with me and who are not, who are only pretending to be with me, and who are really with their total heart with me, that if I am crucified, thousands of people will be crucified simultaneously. So it has been, in a way, good. Every attack on me has helped me to get rid of those who were phony. I am happy that I have found thousands of people who resonate with me, whose love, whose trust, is unconditionally with me. Their lives are being transformed. Even if I am taken away from my people, their transformation is not going to stop. It is something that knows no going back. Once it sets in, it goes on growing in you. It is just like a seed, and your heart becomes the soil. And I am happy that thousands of people have been courageous enough to be available to me in spite of all kinds of opposition, lies, allegations. When the whole world is against you, you can get only the really chosen few. Then the mediocre cannot come close to you. They cannot gather courage. So it has been a great experience from all aspects,